Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. Same shirt, different day. Deal with it. Also, the TV is loud. Once again, it always is. She cranks it because she can't hear very well. Yesterday it sounded like I said she's near death. I said she's near death. So that's why the TV is always so loud. And I just don't want to ask her to turn it down. And she doesn't wear headphones. She won't. I can't wait for nap time. I have to record when I can record. We are going to be finishing this rag quilt in this video, and I want to bring up a few things that got cut out in the editing. I had told you some things that I think I'd like you to know. First of all, you'll notice we did not use any batting or any flannel or anything like that in this quilt. It's just the homespun cotton and the muslin. And the reason I'm doing that is because quicker, less for me to cut. But what I really like about it is it's lightweight for people who don't want heavy quilts. They live where it's really warm year-round. And this is a perfect quilt for them. And again, it's not thick. It's easy to just put in the car, or you can put it on your dog's bed, whatever. So that's what we did. No flannel, no batting. You could always add flannel or batting. Is this snipped? Oh no, those aren't sewn together yet. All of a sudden I thought I forgot something. And because there is no batting, we didn't have to do any quilting. So it's not really a quilt as you go, because there's no quilting necessary. There's no chance of batting falling apart inside. So we didn't have to make an X or do whatever to hold that into place. That's an extra step we didn't have to take, which I think is super cool. Last but not least, do go check the links down below because I will have your pre-cuts ready. I have 2 sets like this. This is 1 set. You get 25 of the muslin, you get 13 of the red and 12 of the green to make this exact quilt, assuming you want to make one exactly like this. I will also have this finished quilt as a penny auction, so please go check that out. The bidding starts at 1 penny with free shipping for inside the USA. If you are outside of the USA, you are welcome to bid, but you do have to pay the shipping through eBay's global shipping program, which can be very pricey. You might be shocked. There's a place in the auction description that you can click on for shipping to get an estimate. And what happens there is I send it to eBay's shipping center, and then they will send it to you. We are going to finish this right now. It should not take long. This is very quick. This whole quilt, especially with pre-cuts, and like I said, you can use 10-inch layer cakes if you have those, and it'll be super quick, easily under an hour. It's small, it's easy, not much snipping. Boy, do I love snipping at the machine. I'm always going to do that way. What we have to do now is put this together, but let's start with this top row. Those were our four patches. So we're going to be sewing those 2 together, but what I'm going to do first is we need to add one of these. Remember we had 4 like this left over, and we're going to add that there. Just make sure you got the checkerboard pattern going on. Now remember, you're not going to fold it over this way. You don't want to do that because you need to rag this end. So in this case, can you see? Let me move this way a little bit. So we want this. We're going to pick this up like this. We're going to pinch it and pick it up. And we're going to go sew right there. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to stitch there, and then I'm going to do my snipping, and I'll be right back. I have this added on, and I wanted to mention that in the video when I was editing, I noticed that I snip, pretty close together. You don't have to do that. You really don't. A 1/2 inch is good. Some people will even snip 1 inch apart. What happens is it'll eventually all fray. It'll take maybe a few washings for that to happen. What happens at the beginning is those little inch pieces, they kind of fray a little bit, but they roll. It's kind of a cool look, but they will eventually fray. The closer together that you snip, the quicker it will fray. All right, so now we have this, And that's going to go with one of these. And then that will be our top row. See? Wrong. Right. I'm going to go ahead and sew those two together. We are done the top row. I wanted to mention that the top row is going to start with the red in the corner. I want the 4 corners. It's going to be 5 by 5, and I want the 4 corners to be the red. So you see, this corner is red, and then this corner is red. So that's how the top row is going to go. So with your top row there, you can decide now how the second row is going to go. And we have to make our checkerboard. So the second row is going to go like this, like that. Okay, so put your other 4 patch and make sure it's checkerboard with everything, like that. Now we can move this top row. Let's move this up. And for this one, we have to add to the side. So take one of those that's just 2 and create your checkerboard. Move that up. And then we're going to need 2 here. So make your checkerboard. Where's the other one that I have? Right here, make your checkerboard. And then in this corner, let's move over. You're going to use that oddball last piece that we had. No sandwich, just red and muslin. That's going to go right there. So you can put this together any way you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these together. Then I'm going to put these together and add this, and then probably sew that whole row. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but let me decide right now. Let's put these together first. Now remember, don't put it over. We do not want right sides together. Do this. Pick it up like that. Pinch it and pick it up. And then run to your sewing machine before you forget how to do this. I'm done with this piece. I'm going to put it right back there. Now I'm going to go ahead and create this row. So again, pinch and lift, and what you're holding, that's what you're going to sew, like that. I'm done this row. I love this so much. Now all we have left is this, and we just have to sew here and here. So let me just take this off for right now. I'm going to go ahead and add this to this. Pinch, pick up, and sew. I have this done. Now we're going to connect right there. Pinch, lift, sew. This is complete. Now we are ready to attach that to the row that goes on top of it. Right there. Pinch, lift, sew, and snip. I'm snipping as I go for all of this. I added that. So now we have our whole bottom done, or top, it doesn't really matter. As long as your 4 corners end up red, you're good. And now we're going to add this, but see, not right, this way. And when I go to the machine, I just, take the end that I'm going to start on, and I just try to kind of match up the intersection. Again, it doesn't matter. You're not even going to notice your crooked intersections because it's all going to be ragged. And, just do the best you can. Don't worry about anything. I'm going to pinch, lift, and I'll sew down this way, like that. We are almost done. Everything on the inside has been snipped. You don't know how much I love that I did it this way. Because when I'm done putting it all together, I'm anxious to hurry up and go wash it and see what it looks like when it's ragged. But then I have to snip everything. So what we have to do now, we do have a little bit more snipping to do. We are going to go and sew around the entire edge. Again, 1/2 inch. You can do 1 inch if you want. So we sew around the entire edge, and then we have to snip around the entire edge. And we are done. I'm so excited. I'm telling you, if you snip all the way around in one sitting, you're going to be very happy that the rest of it is all snipped. Snip as you go. We didn't make a quilt as you go rag quilt, but we made a snip as you go rag quilt. I think that's pretty cool. I measured this stitch line to stitch line, and it's coming out about 43¼ inches. This way I'll be able to know how much it shrinks. I expect it to shrink quite a bit because the homespun is a loose weave and muslin shrinks, so it'll all be good. But it's bigger than I thought. And let me show you the other side. See, we have this going on, the smooth side. And it's also checkerboard. I have some really cool ideas as to how to make reversible rag quilts with different designs on different sides, not just checkerboard on each side. So subscribe and you won't miss any of my brilliant ideas. I'm going to throw this in the machine and then I will dry it, and if it isn't ragged enough, I will do it again because somebody will win this on eBay and I want them to get it ragged. If you're doing your own, wash it once, that might be enough for you. You're going to end up washing it again, but I'm going to do it that way. And I did want to say that when I was going around the edge, I ran out of my cream colored thread and I finished with white. Again, the person who wins this on eBay, I want you to know that. I want you to know everything that you're getting. After everything is ragged though, it'll be covering that stitch line, so that's not going to really matter at all. So in the washer it goes, regular cycle and drying it, and then I'm going to go shovel snow and edit the first part of this video, and then we will be looking at the finished rag quilt. It is done and it's so awesome. I did wash it and then dry it, and then I shook it outside. I washed it again, I dried it again, I shook it outside. I have a lint tray in my machine. I don't know if they come with that anymore, but this is what I had for the first washing, and then this is what I had for the second washing. And this is pretty much all I had in the dryer. Just to let you know, that's what that looks like. This is so nicely ragged. I will take some close-ups for you. I'm not going to go upstairs and put this on the bed because I'm in a hurry to just end this. So I'm just going to show it to you here. And, oh, I measured it, and what did I say? 42? No, let me measure it again. It didn't shrink as much as I thought. 41½ about. So a little less than 2 inches. What did I say? 43¼ before? That's not bad at all. So just look at it. I'm sorry that I don't feel like going upstairs and taking pictures on the bed. I just don't. But I should, shouldn't I? Let's go upstairs. It was totally worth putting it on the bed. I just imagined that it was going to be really small and that I could just show you on the table. But it's pretty big. Let's just say, what did I say, 41½? So let's say 41 inches square. It's a good size. I like it. It's really good for a lap quilt. I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, I will flip it and show you the other side. I do want you to subscribe. I really do, because I do have some cool ideas that I want to try. And now that I know I can snip as I go, I'm more tempted to do rag quilts. That's the part I really hate. I really like it very much. I didn't iron it. It's just out of the dryer like that. It looks a little frumpy. And it should. It's a rag quilt. Let me flip it and I'll show you the other side. And that's what we have going on there. As long as you make the sandwiches the right way, like I showed you, what did we do? Muslin green, muslin red. As long as you do that, then your backside is going to come out checkerboard also. And if you don't want these separated, I like it that way. I like things light and fluffy. You are free to quilt this any way you want. You can wash it first like I did, and then if you want to, tack those down, just go ahead and do some quilting. But I think you'll find that you like it this way. So I guess that's about it. Look how cool it looks, like when you see both sides together. I just love it. Get that corner down, that was bugging me. I just love it so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please go check out the links. You can bid on this starting at $0.01 and go grab one of the 2 sets that I have available of the pre-cuts. I will be back with more soon. Bye!